Hi, I'm Jolly.
And I'm Samantha.
And this is Too Weird! Today we're going to be doing a user requested video. Yes, you. Shout out to you. You know who you are. The question that we got was, is an orgasm necessary every time you have sex? Now, there's a lot to be discussed in this topic, so we're just talking about sex in a relationship. We're not going to talk about, anything else outside of that, like, the other small pieces of a relationship, like friends with benefits, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to talk about, like, straight up relationships, married, boyfriend, girlfriend,
some kind of
lesbian, gay, whatever.
Committed relationship.
Committed relationships.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's start with you, Sam. What do you think? Is orgasm necessary? And so Sam died inside a little.
Well, it's...
Hashtag orgasm.
I think that if you're in a relationship with someone, I mean, there are connections more than the physical. So, like, you don't want to be with someone if you're bored, like, intellectually, and or don't care to look at them, or anything like... Oh. So,
Hashtag shifty, I'm just saying.
I feel like your partner probably should put the effort in for that to happen every time, but it's not an end-all be-all. I mean, there's other areas of the relationship that, prosper, hopefully, or if you're in some kind of weird relationship, or I think that there's other areas that can make up for the occasional lapse as far as that's concerned. But side note, with that being said, I do not think that
it's like,
you should
hold the fuck up, guys.
fake an orgasm, especially when in a relationship. So yes, because that's going to lead to he's
Just
like,
a tip.
I thought that was good, and really you're like, oh, I faked that shit.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
But,
so okay,
yeah.
That's my spiel.
Okay.
And you.
Okay, so the thing about it is, I do agree that sometimes it happens that you don't like orgasm to the extent that you'd like, but I think that each of you should reach a level of being complacent, being happy with what occurred, right?
That's
so, in other words, if you didn't get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna pass out, that's fine. It doesn't have to be that way every single time. I mean, quickies, people, I'm just saying. That's not necessarily the end-all, be-all, but they're damn good when they're good. But yeah, I think it is definitely necessary to some extent. It should be pleasurable for both of you. If it's not at all, then it's
That's true. There's some
that's
issues
some bullshit.
there.
And well, orgasm doesn't necessarily have to be like big and dramatic. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh.
You shouldn't
and everybody
leave
like
feeling frustrated.
But if you leave mad, frustrated, or feeling like, wow, that was some bullshit, then yeah, you need to reevaluate your situation, talk that shit out, say something, because orgasms are important. If you've never had one, then you're not in the right kind of relationship. Because even though sex is something that can be worked on, if you're not able to talk about it, be clear about it, and straight up say to somebody, that was fucked up, you need to get in there and make me want that shit, nah, hold the fuck up, you need to get out. Just run the fuck away. Pack your bags and run away. Because I'm sorry, but a relationship where you can't be like, get the fuck down there and do this. That's not the kind of relationship you need to be in. Because I think if you're not at that level of comfort with whoever you're with, then you probably shouldn't be fucking. I'm just saying, if you're not mature enough to say, I want more of it, when you want more of it, then you're probably not really in a great place. And I mean, it's the same whether you're a female or a male. I mean, women do orgasm a little differently. We kind of do it in, several at a time during sex. At least, for the most part, women don't tend to be kind of like big rush at the end like most men, where it's just, oh, hey, it's done and done. For women, it's more like little bits that escalate all the way to that big one at the end, or it doesn't necessarily have to be the end. Yeah, I'm just saying, the good ones don't end with that. Anyway, I digress. The overall point is that if you don't feel like you're getting even one out of the whole entire experience, not even a tiny little orgasm, not even that tiny feeling of, oh, satisfied, then you really need to reevaluate that shit. You need to take a step back and be like, nah, hold the fuck up.
That's true. It shouldn't feel like a job.
It should not be like a job, and it should be something where, like, your partner wants to be there. And I mean, like, it doesn't mean that every single time you do it, it has to be so passionate that you're both gonna feel like you're on fire and you're about to burn your house down. But it has to be something that you're both really enjoying, you know? Every single time doesn't have to be all foreplay and games and shit. It doesn't have to be all complicated. But it definitely has to be enjoyable. It shouldn't be like, oh, we started and then you kind of just sat there. You know, you lived through it, but you weren't a part of it. And I know that sounds fucked up, but I've heard of people doing that. And like Sam said, don't fake it. Because if you get to the point where you're literally just kind of like letting it happen because it's sort of, it feels more like, well, I guess if he needs to get off, and you're just kind of like, I could read a book right now, or I could be Facebooking right now. Man, what the fuck? You need to step back and be like, fuck no. I need me a good one. I need you to get in there and me hard. Do it, make it good. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what that calls for. Get in there and work. Yeah, hard work, dedication, pays off. Same for us ladies though. It's not a one-way street. It's not a one-way street. If you get yours, make sure he got his. I'm just saying, make sure everybody's satisfied.
Guys get theirs way easier than girls get theirs.
That may be true. That may be true. But you also have to be considerate of what they want, because not all guys want it to end super fast. You know, not all guys want it to just go and be done. I mean, it's more like you have to care about each other quite a bit. And that's what I have to say about that. You both got to care about it, and you both want to be in on it. Like,
well, there needs to be some give and take, because
a good amount of balance.
We are talking about like a partnership.
Yeah.
Like some form of committed relationship. So hopefully you're not selfish bitches.
And even in a same-sex relationship, you still have the same basic aspects, you know? You still want a partner who'll give, and you'll still want to be a partner who takes. And, you know, you have to go back and forth, because that's how sex works. It can't be one or the other. And that's how you get there. And I think, yeah, orgasm to a certain extent, at least pleasure has to be there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't think it could be like orgasm at no time all the time, because that would be sad as fuck. Yeah. I'm just saying. But I don't know. What do you think, Sam?
I feel like we've answered the question.
That's for real.
In our opinion.
Yeah, you tell us. Is an orgasm necessary every time you have sex? Whether it's to a degree or all the way or like that big one, let us know in the comments. And remember to like, follow, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.